So sometimes their videos pop up and you're like, oh wow, they're divorced now. Oh wow, they're not together. And then you have all those videos of people on YouTube talking about the reason they divorced. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Melody and today I came with a subject of move in silence and what does it mean in our day and age in social media time where we have the possibility to display everything that happens in our life, who we are with, who did we broke up, what we are eating. We can put everything out there. And how do we know what is pertinent to put out there? What should we refrain to put it out there? And how this is going to affect us years to come in our own personal branding. For me, for instance, I love traveling and I used to have a travel blog, I have a travel page, I have a YouTube, I made a lot of travel vlogs and I love a life of adventure, but I also love my career and what I do for a living. And I want to build a career out of it, right? I don't have a career yet, I'm still a young professional, but I see myself in different places from 5 to 10 years to come. So it's important that I keep a certain personal branding to get there and to reach those things, right? Those days and ages, coworkers are adding you on social media. They don't even have to ask. They just type your name and find you on Facebook, Instagram. So I think it's important to know what are we displaying out there, how are we presenting ourselves, of course, depending on what you want to find out of it. And unfortunately, I don't create the word and I would love the word to be perfect, but we do judge people for what we see and first impressions are very important. So I would like to discuss a little bit about that and why it's important to move in silence and why it's important to not just put everything out there and share everything with everyone. Especially most of people that you're sharing that with are not even that close to you, probably not even your friends, just people follow you or former coworkers, former classmates, and why it's wise to keep certain things for ourselves. So let's start. I would say the first thing is our private life. I believe that our private life is something private. That's why it's called private life. I believe it's something private, it's something that we should hold on to. And we should be careful when exposing certain parts of our private life. It means relationship, kids, family, because we just don't know who is looking. And as they say, what people don't know, they cannot destroy. And want it or not, the more information we put out there, the more business we put out there, the more trouble we are bringing into ourselves. The more people are looking into our lives, what are we doing, what are we not doing, talking about it, looking about it. And I'm someone who believes in energy. Yes, I'm a Pisces, I do believe in energies. So I'm very careful with the type of information I put out there, especially concerning my private life, right? I don't think it's relevant why people have to know who am I dating, are we together, are we married, I am with someone new. You know, I don't have to give a satisfaction to people, and I don't want my pictures out there with every different partner that I have or had. I don't have different partners, but that was just an expression. I don't think why people have to know that. That's like my personal business, right? So I think it's very important for us to define what we want to share with people. Are you passionate about food, about fashion? Or some people have a page related to family and relationships, and that's a different thing, right? But if that's not your focus, you're not like an influencer for relationships or for marriage, why are you exposing your personal life online? I would really consider, and I would think, and I don't want to go into those areas, but if you see, there was a lot of influencers, OG influencers and YouTubers that I used to follow back in the days. And some of them I even stopped to follow because, you know, you subscribe to a lot of people on YouTube. So sometimes their videos pop up and you're like, oh wow, they're divorced now. Oh wow, they're not together. And then you have all those videos of people on YouTube talking about the reason they divorced. Subscribers told their husband, or because they exposed their life too much online, it got crazy and messy. And I truly do believe that at some extent, when we just put this pressure too much in our relationships and exposing our families, everything out there in the camera, it can become dangerous. It can become exhausting and overwhelming. So we have to be careful about the amount of information that we put out there. Another thing that I would refer to share on social media is your future plans. I can imagine like future plans when it comes to, I don't know, fitness. Some people use social media for support and motivation because they say, hey, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to wake up early and exercise. So they use that as accountability. They use that to find maybe gym and sport bodies. So that's, I would say it's fine. It's like you have this desire to be healthier and do more exercise. But when it comes to future plans, in the sense like, we're going to buy a home in 1 year, we already have all the money saved, we're going to do this and this and this, me and my husband are going to do this and that, I just feel like it's so unnecessary because it's haven't even happened yet. Why are you sharing? Why don't you keep it to yourself? And when things happen, then you can go and share the good news if you want. But if things haven't even taken place yet, I just don't see the benefit of sharing with the wider world. I think there's a deeper thing there, and we have to learn to live without other people's validation. I'm talking to myself as well. Especially when you're on social media, you tend to compare yourself with others, you tend to want to be accomplished. I think it's just a human nature. It's just how we know we are. Some people need it more than others, but we really have to learn to depend on ourselves and not on other people's validations of what is our plan, what we are accomplish or stop to accomplish. So I would say, unless things haven't happened yet, you haven't done it yet, why do you have to announce it to the whole world to know? Why? Oh my gosh, I have to hurry up. It's becoming so dark. It was so bright and suddenly it's darker. Okay, fine. So the last thing that I would refrain to sharing is finance. I think finance is a very personal thing. And although I love finance, I love personal finance. I already have a finance video somewhere here. And I share some of my strategies, how I go about my finance. And I really love any topic related to finance. And I think it's important to be transparent when it comes to that. But I'm talking about finances in general, right? Going around and saying how much you have saved, how much you have in the bank, how much you're planning to do this, and you want to buy this lavish thing. I think it's something that it's not very elegant, and it's not really something to go around there and disclose it. Keep it to yourself. And in specific situations, yes. For instance, I made a video about how I go about my finances. I didn't disclose all the numbers, but I said about specific things. And since I love traveling, I'm going to make more videos about traveling, and I want to provide value in my channel. And I want to make more videos about how I plan to travel, how I go about my traveling budget, how do I budget for those trips, and sometimes even how much I pay, and just to show people that you can travel and you don't have to like spend a whole fortune. You can still save money, you can still live a nice life, and you can still travel. So I do want to do those kinds of videos. And of course, I will have to talk about money because that's a very important aspect when it comes to travel and the privileges surrounded to it. But I don't have to go and show the numbers that I have in my bank account and how much I make and how much we are planning to do this and this and that. And I think it's just a very personal subject. And in the sense also just to have a little respect to others, because oftentimes you don't know what others are going through in their life and their finances. So we have to be very considerate and very sensitive when you touch those subjects. Because although maybe you don't want to brag, but for some people who are going through some hard times, they may think this is bragging, right? So every time you bring this finance topic or money topic, we have to be very careful about delivery of the topic. And of course, there's always people who won't like it, who have something to say about it, but it is what it is. You can just try your best to provide value and to be as considerate as you possibly can. So I really hope you enjoy that video and you're going to reconsider your steps and how you behave in social media and how you move in silence. Remember, things that people don't know, they cannot destroy, they cannot break. So it's very important for keeping your peace as well moving forward, and also your personal branding according to which branding you're trying to create for yourself. And I would hope that this video walked in some kind of how would I say that, some kind of food for thought. That would be the best way to describe it. So I hope you enjoy. My name is Melody. As usual, if you have anything you want to comment, any tips and tricks you also have, do you agree with me or not? I mean, we're here to discuss. please share down below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.